Last episode on Landscape of Fear. Our curious band of adventurers delved deeper into the forests with Gravlutz the Forlorn and his suspect fellows. They elected to split up with Revius and Kopesh, heading to the north so that Revius could inspect a glass town that the Forlorn said they knew of. Meanwhile, Teagan and Alaric headed into the dark wood toward the key tree that the Forlorn said they would need to interact with in order to find their way to the king tree. They spoke of needing to trick the guardian of the key tree in order to get his blessing so that he would lead them to the king tree. Revius and Kopesh found their small glass town and inspected it, only finding a singular living, or at least moving, creature. What happened to be a small girl ran into a large tavern, revealing a peculiar scene. Revius and Kopesh investigated and learned that the girl had seemingly created the region like a map in the taproom of a tavern. The girl also seemed to be able to teleport to the other side of the plains, to this mysterious glass plane that the party keeps seeing. There, she helped heal glass folk that were walking toward the south. Revius and Kopesh had to leave before succumbing to some sort of glass infection of their own, but Revius could not help but look back and wonder. Meanwhile, Teagan and Alaric were guided to a large totem with a bear face. They communed with the guardian and elected to trick the Forlorn instead. Teagan lied and tricked the Forlorn, and the two evaded their pursuit into the darkness of the forest, now guided by lights from Grim, son of Gore, the forest guardian. The two arrived at the king tree and marveled at its glory for about 2 seconds until Teagan thrust her map upon the slab before activating an ancient power in the forest. The lights blazed out from the tree, igniting a series of portals to what appears to be the Feywild surrounding the tree, curled into its gnarled roots. A blast of energy soared out from the mage tower further to the west at the same time. The two and the great barkskin giant of the guardian of the forest protected the portals as best they could, but one Forlorn managed to slip past them into a white portal, presumably to the Winter Court. Grim urged them on, telling them he would protect the king tree as its power waned back down. Did the party bring him to this realm with the surge of power? There's more questions to be asked. The lights and messages, the message stones that the party had shared out, guided them back together at the king tree, and the party resumed their travels to the mage tower as their final weekend day crept to an end. The mage tower was as it normally seemed to be, according to Alaric, who gained access with his blood on a small slab of obsidian that matched the tower. While at the tower, the party realized that the remaining Forlorn had come here. They yelled at the adventurers, seemingly taunting them. They said, "The ones of here nor there, the ones of here nor there, deceit runs in their veins. The makers in the mountains. To meet them you must have the heart, the mind, eye, and the dream. The makers in the mountains blessed this land with a gift, then went to slumber. Awoken almost are the makers in the mountain. Angered will they be, the makers in the mountain, when their gift sundered, spoiled, and begotten by those of greed." The first room was thoroughly looted by Alaric in the past, but a new door had appeared. It had a small indentation that the party managed to use the mind's eye marble of glass to open. Beyond it was a long hallway with a storage room of sorts that had some crystalline urns the size of barrels, one of which was broken. They had a sort of salty crust within them, but otherwise were empty. After an investigation of the chamber, the party went on to the next door at the end of the hallway. It was achieved by using the dream marble, which opened to a strangely clinical chamber with a dais that had spots of blood surrounding it in a perfect circle. The wall before it bore strange large panels, but was otherwise empty. There was another door with 3 indentations on it, the final being inscribed with a human heart. The party, understanding they are missing the final key to move, they move on to the dais. It responds only to Alaric. Teagan drops some of her blood on the dais, and the panel in the walls fills with the name Bowright, to Alaric's vision only. Then Alaric drops some blood on the dais, and plans flash before his eyes rapidly. Necromantic and illusion runes far beyond his comprehension, the broken jar with notes of theft, plans and sketches of fertilizing the ground or sowing it with glass, runes of the sequester spell, and the chamber design secure against all time. And finally, a timer ticking down from 100 years and 1 month, with this being the final month remaining. The party then returned to their homes without issue and resumed their jobs and lives back in Kier Hall. It was going to be a long week. So we resume in Cure Hall. Revius, would you like to speak on what you've been doing as you've been home?
I mean, Revius kind of just put his nose back to the grind. He has a job that he really needs. He needs to get that rent money. Mm-hmm. He's also been working on a few tinkerings at the request of Teagan, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, a few things have happened to you during this work week. We're going to say that it's Friday again of the next week, so we're pushing on through. But Revius, you made 35 gold this week.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. You proved yourself to a new crew because Calcif pulled some strings and had you demoted. You are now working with the dwarves, the teamsters down in the southern district. You are no longer working with the Tau, the Technocratic Institute.
Bastard! My Tau! I made that place! Well, I did.
Yes, you did. I know. Got you kicked out. All due to the impetuous... the impetuous Teagan.
You're welcome.
Yeah. However, you did have a success. You did manage to craft the skeleton key. So if you would add 35 gold to your inventory, and if you want to hold on to the skeleton key, you can give it to Teagan when you get a chance.
I don't know. No, I might not.
Oh, don't worry. Just wait until you hear what happened to me this week.
Kopesh, Jareen, your friend, I put in heavy air quotes, received a promotion this week. You think that someone outside of the temple is pulling strings. And,
God damn it.
Yep.
I wonder who.
Uh-huh. Calcif is making your life harder as well. But you showed up on time this week. You performed your duties to a T, which earned you a favor. Did you decide what 3 things you're going to have?
Yes, I decided on so those would have been, this one is Detect Good and Evil, Cure Minor Wounds, and the last one is, let's do 2, let's add Cure Minor Wounds.
Okay, so two Cure Wounds, 1 Detect Good and Evil?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, and work went pretty well for you. So I would say spirits are high back at the temple. Father Kopesh is pleased. He's probably the person squirreling up these scrolls for you.
Oh, how kind of him. I love Chris. He's so nice.
Mm-hmm. Alaric, you received a visit from the guards. You have been banned from the premises of the Arcanum. Work of Calcif. But you did notice... Actually, make an investigation check for me. And this is something you'll find out later if you fail, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, it's a 22.
22. You realize that he signed the paper that you received with, like, LG. And it took you a minute to rack your brain to figure out what that meant, but it's Lieutenant Governor. He wasn't that before. But yeah, it came from Calcif's desk himself.
Okay.
You also learned 3 pieces of lore. Now, I didn't really get a chance to lay those out very well for you, so if you have more questions about what I DM'd you, feel free to shoot me a message. Maybe we discuss it over the week.
Okay.
And did you look up the sequester spell?
I did.
Okay, so you know that knowledge, and you're welcome to share it with the party or keep it to yourself.
Okay.
Excellent. Teagan.
Hello.
You had an adventurous week.
I had a very bad week.
Yes, you did. Your smuggling did not go as planned. You attempted to blow off some steam and smuggle a person into town, as Teagan would.
Yeah.
But Calcif has interrupted your plans, and you had to let the lead go. So you didn't earn any money from this endeavor, but you suffered no real consequences. However, you did manage to find and kill Cinder 4 times this week.
I have 4 markings on my arm. Every time that I passed one of the party members, I would just hold my wrist up and indicate new one.
So Teagan has made it her personal mission to kill the familiar every time she can find it. You also received...
Kalsif is very happy about that.
You've received a letter from Norik in Thieves' Cant, which I will let you keep to yourself or share at your, your discretion. And Bowright Industries has had a tariff introduced upon it. Daddy's purse strings have tied up. They are getting a limit on how much coronite they have access to every week. So, did you see the amount of gold that I had you add to your inventory?
Yeah.
Okay. You still have a pretty healthy amount of gold, and everyone still has the opportunity to earn gold during their week. For example, Greg, if Kopesh earns like a stipend or something like 10 to 20 gold a week, just add 20 gold to your inventory if you want. Same for you, Alaric.
Okay. I don't even think it's 10. I need to check.
Okay.
He's fairly broke.
Yeah. But this is really how you're going to be earning the majority of your coin just in the coming weeks. Not that it's going to be a big deal.
Never mind. You're right. It was exactly 10.
Okay. Excellent.
Am I the only one who can read Thieves' Cant? Or can Alaric?
I would...
I can.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Of course he can. He's been in jail.
So, the party is gathered at the town square once again. There has been an announcement that will be an audience from the mayor. He's going to show his face. He hasn't really been making himself a present as of late. But you know that the Centennial Fair is coming to town next weekend. So it's kind of a big deal. The town is abuzz with it. This is the most packed you've seen the Founder's Fountain in a long time. Probably since the last hanging, which might have been like a few years ago. That's not something that happens very often. However,
It was
with
a good time.
Yeah, I know. You threw apples and rotten fruit at... Anyway, there is a podium set up. There is a crowd that is gathered before it. It's buzzing. It's dwarves, halflings, humans. Some of the food carts from Honestic came up from their southern perches and have set up around. So you see just a vast array of food. There's smells wafting across the square. You can help yourself to whatever foods you want. And you're all together. It's been a long work week, and you're looking forward to this announcement. You expect the mayor to show up and stand at the podium. However, an old regal man approaches the podium instead.
Can I start booing?
You can, yeah. Make a performance check.
Oh, fantastic.
See if you can get some people to go with you.
A 15.
15's pretty good. You don't get anyone to join in with you. But you don't get very many disapproving glares either. Kalsif gets up top and people are like, yeah, he probably deserves it. Kalsif is standing at the podium and he clears his throat and, does a magical incantation so that his voice sort of booms across the din. And he says, I know I'm not who you're expecting. You're waiting for the governor. I will be taking over as lieutenant governor. Next week, the festival will go on as planned, but there will be guidelines, and they will be followed, or the stocks will be full. At this, you hear a couple boos chirp up, mimicking Teagan.
Fight the power.
That's what I was thinking.
You're not the only one. Somebody's also going to join in on that too.
Mm-hmm. And he says, I know that there's been some concern of the missing people. And this is the first thing you've really been hearing of missing people in a public setting. And everyone goes quiet and there's a hush falls. He says, The previous mayor was not doing his due diligence. I will be getting to the bottom of this. Thank you and have a good day.
Can I inside check him and just see if I can pick up on any, like, I don't know, subtle changes in his facial tone or anything like that?
Sure, go for it.
18.
18. From where you're standing and what's going on, I would say that he looks tired. Why? You're not sure. But you know he's got a lot going on. You know he's probably not being entirely honest. He didn't sound entirely sincere, but he did sound truthful. I know that's a little bit of a trickiness, but he is saying what he intends, but he's not meaning what he intends, if that makes sense.
Oh, so just a politician.
Exactly. Yeah, he's being very political.
Is he still at the podium, or is he like walking away?
I would say he's walking away. He's down the stairs. It's not like a very large thing.
Can I yell to him?
I'm like, please, black out.
Can I yell to him?
Of course you can.
Where's the old mayor? What did you do to him?
Okay,
I'm going to edge away now. Can I attempt to pull TJ into the crowd so that people don't see her?
Yes. So I want a contested. Teagan, make another performance check, and Kopesh make a strength athletics check. And we'll do a contest.
Nice.
18.
That is also an 18.
18.
Ooh.
Oh, great! Now it's a bunch of little people struggling in the middle of the street.
You know
Little
what?
person fight!
I'm gonna say that this equals mixed results. And what I mean by that is you shout out, Calcif stops, he turns and says, "Who said that?" But all that he can see is like a wave of halflings just like wrestling. Like all the halflings around the two of you just jump in. There's gnomes, there's halflings. It's just this brouhaha breaks out. One of the food carts, like the stand gets kicked out and like noodles spill out onto the street.
No,
you see the homeless man that was drunk in the first episode, he comes rushing up and he starts to just like stuff noodles into his mouth.
Ugh, those
And
are
then-
ground noodles.
Like, I don't care, I'm so hungry. And the guards start to approach to break up the scene.
It's a fair question. I don't understand why no one's asking. We have policies in place. Like, what? How can he just do this?
A guard comes up and says, "There's a time and a place." And he shoves you.
And why is this not the time and place? I'm going. I just want answers.
Well, set up a public forum.
This is a public forum.
This was just an announcement.
I'm gonna have your ass. And I walk away.
Stop threatening. I'm walking with you. Stop threatening everybody that we come in contact with.
You see the guard, he's like, "Shit, was that about right?"
Revi is following all this madness. Will turn to Alaric, who I'm assuming is somewhere in the scene next to us for this assembly, and just go, "I'm sorry, I've missing people. Did I miss something? I've been really busy with work." And he just nurses this cup of coffee, and he looks like death.
I remember hearing about some disappearances. I guess one would be the body we found deep in Calcif's basement at the Arcanum, but there was some rumors of other people succumbing to some kind of sickness from eating coronite.
Coronite in the soil.
How close am I to them?
Close enough. We'll see that you escape the scrap, and I would assume that the party at this point is sort of traveling together, heading to a destination of whether you're going back to the, your safe house, or if you're gonna go anywhere in town. Let me know And you guys are just together.
And now the mayor.
It's Friday, right? Technically, in-game?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna walk over to one of the food carts and start surveying because
You didn't.
fuck it.
You didn't want noodles, did you?
No, they're on the ground now. I'd rather not.
Oh.
I'll join.
I have.
I like your taste, so whatever you choose, I'll have some of that.
Well, let's see if I can find a very specific one. They have good food.
I'm gonna help the noodle food cart clean up.
Okay. That earns.
I suppose I need to as well. It would look bad on. It would look bad on the hall.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys go over to the noodle cart, and it's Snoods Nudes with 2 O's, and it's a little like old gnomish man. He's just like, "Oh, my nudes! They're all over the floor. Oh, bless your hearts for helping me. This gets you free nudes for a week."
Oh, that's unnecessary. I'm just trying to help clean up the mess that my friend made here.
You're right. It was my fault. I just, just take it. I'm mad.
Old Snood doesn't judge. Come here, get yourself some hot nudes. And he scoops them into a bowl for you.
Thank you, sir.
I just love.
I leave 2 gold.
Ooh,
Secretly on the edge.
so generous. I just love watching a nice smile develop across someone's face after they eat a bowl of my hot nudes.
I give him a very unsure smile after that, and I walk away.
I'm leaving too.
Okay. You guys have helped out the food cart and Revius.
What are we having?
You find what is the name of this food cart? The Dumpling Dragon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking specifically for the Dumpling Dragon. I'm not sure if they're here because they might not be quite as popular as the classic Kirhalian food, but they do have some homeland classics of Revius's from the south. They do dango, which is basically just a bunch of dumplings on a stick. Because, on a stick.
On a stick. You do find it. However, it's not in the square. You have to walk down the street a little ways. But then you realize that Mei Lu?
Mm-hmm.
Mei Lu is there. And she is an elegantly dressed tiefling. And she has a lot of jewelry on that's not usual for Kirhal. It's very gold, very red. And she's working behind the little counter on one of the pull-up carts, and she has her horse there that's just waiting, and she's serving food, but to a much smaller crowd. She wasn't able to get, all the way up into the action like some of the more popular ones, like Snoods Nudes.
Snoods Nudes. Huh.
And, she greets you warmly, and she gets you whatever you want. Some dango?
Dango.
Dongo.
Dango ain't my baby.
The dango.
Yeah.
But yeah, she serves up all these dumplings. She gives you and Alaric basically 2 sticks, 2 kebabs. And it's like a silver a piece.
Okay. Yeah. I'll pay for both of them, and I'll hand one to Alaric and just be like, this is Mei Lu, and this is the classic Dumpling Dragon. Enjoy.
Thank you. Mei Lu, is it?
Yes.
Well, ever in need of perhaps some magical items to spruce up your shop here?
Well, I certainly don't think that I need too many magical items. Perhaps if you get something a little mundane, I could make use.
Very well.
Lights.
See you around.
Lights are always good.
I will make a note. And I pull out a little pad and make a note.
Okay. Excellent. Where would the party like to go? Is there anything that you want to do in town, or would you just like to go to the safe house and discuss plans?
Have
I
I
think
killed
walking
Cinder
around in
today?
public is a little dangerous, especially with all our nudes. So I think it'd be a good idea to go to a safe house.
Yeah, got to get back to private to enjoy your nudes and your stick food.
While we are walking, I will lean over to TJ and try to glance at her arm and the marks that she's been making. If I see that the number hasn't changed, or I can't get a good glimpse, I'll sort of elbow her in the shoulder and just be like, "Have you taken care of our little spy today?"
I don't know.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I have.
Because
And
you-
I put my arm up and I'm like 4 times.
you,
And I have a giant like grin on my face.
you're on a hot streak. You only missed Monday, and that's how he ruined your smuggling plans. And after that, you got him every day with your roll. So
Well, at least I don't have to worry about my words. Guys, what the fuck?
I just keep thinking about this 1 month deadline. This 100 years and 1 month deadline to something's coming.
I mean, you have as good as a guess as us.
Yeah, now I bet House will find a way to get me fired. It just keeps going up too, so I'll have plenty of time for finding out what it is.
Elsif
Well,
banned
that's-
me from the Arcanum. That was one of my chief sources of income.
He got you too? God.
At this point, he's gonna just throw us in the stockade. So, Lieutenant Governor, just somebody can all of a sudden decide to become Lieutenant Governor. I should have done that this week.
Yeah, what's up with that? As a Bowright, can you pull some strings and find out how that happened?
I can ask around, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Can I go to the Thieves Guild and see if they have any information on it?
absolutely.
Question, are we following TJ or are we just sort of hanging around?
Up to you.
Well, TJ, before you leave, I just kind of wanted to share a few things with everyone about some stuff that I've maybe learned. With a few of my income sources dried up, I turned myself to figuring out maybe a little bit more about that crazy vision I had, and well, that other marble, the missing marble. You know that each of those 2 marbles was attached to a spell. There was that dream spell that we saw, and what was the other one? It was a divination
Mind's Eye?
spell. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think the other one is based on a very, very powerful spell called Sequester. Powerful, and it needs quite a lot of expensive materials too, so this isn't something you cast lightly. And it can hide an object or a person for long, long periods of time.
Who
How
do
long are we
know?
talking?
Eons. Essentially, if you've heard that old fable of a princess being put to sleep until a specific condition is met, it's the same thing. They're just suspended in animation until sometime in the future.
I would like to add, who do we know who's probably super rich, has really old knowledge, and has just recently taken the place of somebody who has gone missing from the public view?
I was gonna say my family, but then you added that last part. So, I'm gonna go with Calcif.
Bingo.
I'm curious, how did you come across this knowledge, Alaric?
Well, I was in the good graces of the librarians over in the rich sector and happened to look at a few books there.
Well, I am also in good news. My brother reached out to me.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I did the
Was he
same
a
thing.
jerk?
I'm not. He sent me a letter. And I'm not too sure if it's actually him or not. Truthfully, I'm not too trusting about it.
I mean,
Sending
have you
fake
tried
letters of your
asking
brother.
him?
Who else? Kalsif.
Hmm.
Possibly.
Well, you know your brother's writing, perhaps? I mean, has he written you letters before? Is it unusual for him to write you?
We haven't talked since he went to jail. He hasn't reached out since we went to jail. The letter said that we can go to the smithy and grab any item that we need from it.
Which smithy?
His smithy.
Oh.
And I show the letter in Thieves' Cant to Alaric because he's the only one who can read it.
Say, what the fuck is this word scramble?
Let me.
I lean over and like that chicken scratch.
Why is it talking about
send it to you
flowers?
here?
Did it just say my mother was mean?
Oh,
I swear, where does the sailboat part fit in here? I don't understand, dude.
It's like
There's
a
flowers
picture.
and sailboats and
There's
grandmothers.
It ends with like a picture of a chicken. It's poorly drawn.
I look at Revius and like, I don't understand the language of inmates.
Is this a halfling language? Do you all just talk like your brains are upside down and inside of your ass?
Well, it's just something you learn as you become part of the Thieves Guild. It's no different than other letters.
Revius, I'm looking there. I said, Revius, you should try stealing some food cart. All of a sudden, you'll be able to understand it.
Did you eat those nudes off the ground, Alaric? Are you feeling well? That's not English, my friend. That is a jumble of mumbo.
Yeah, I felt kind of old man. It always makes me feel a little uncomfortable when we get food.
You know, he may seem like a bumbling old man, but he's pretty rich in the Honest Dick district. He's like up there in popularity.
Didn't know that.
So we could essentially go to Alaric. I mean, not Alaric, Norik's smithy, and grab items. But
What if we get framed? Like, what if we go there and take it, and it's not actually him, and then Calso comes in and like, here, and
That's
the
what-
stocks.
that's exactly my worry.
Well, I mean, there's an easy way to solve this, which is find him and talk to him, TJ.
That's something. That's true.
That's the
I've been
exact
busy.
thing.
I've been busy trying to kill Cinder.
That's an excuse, and you know it.
It might be. But okay, I can't. I'll go talk to him. I'll talk to him.
If you need help finding him, I will help you. I need a break from my workshop, anyways.
Teagan, I do think you have a good idea about finding out some more information about how Kalsif arrived at the level that he has in the government. It's worrying the amount of power he's been able to accrue in such a short time.
Well, he seemed a little bit put off by me asking what happened to the old mayor. So I didn't think that I said it as threatening.
You do have a good point there. We should find out where the old mayor is, or...
Yeah, we can go to, I mean, he lived in town outside, so he lives in town, so we can just go figure out,
Do you know where he
Yeah.
lives?
He used to live
Hope
at the
somebody
mansion.
did. Never kept tabs on the old man.
I used to do business with the old mayor, so
Oh, I guess we're depending on you to get us around today.
you always depend on me.
Listen, I can depend on you getting tackled by me in the middle of a food cart.
Didn't happen, bro.
To be fair, that was for both of your own goods.
Also, why don't you talk to your friend, Revius, the guard?
I could, but why?
She might know what happened to the governor. I mean, obviously, Kalsov would need some support from the guards to become lieutenant governor.
She might. I don't, could. I guess I could go talk to Maddie.
Okay, so we have 3 courses of action right now. We could go to the Thieves Guild, we could go talk to Maddie, or we could go talk to Nor.
So what will it be?
Well, I look over at TJ and look at Remy and who I'm sure we put it to a vote because the two of you seem like there's options you really don't want to do.
Well, we're not far from the Thieves Guild with where we're at right now. It's just down the road. Maybe we start there.
That's a great
do
idea.
that.
Let's
I'm
go
down
to
with
the
that.
Thieves Guild.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
Of course you agree, Teagan.
I look at both of those two. I'm like, goodness gracious.
Throwing aside.
I'll walk.
Go ahead, Kopesh.
No, I said I'll walk there. We'll go there.
Okay. Throwing aside their more intimate, social, awkward moments, they head to the Thieves Guild, walking down south from Founder's Fountain. It's just, I think, 3 blocks to the south and then 1 block over to the west. So it's actually really simple. You walk past all those food carts that have been drawn up from On a Stick, and you duck into sort of a residential district where the homes are a little bit more cramped and there's less foot traffic, more families, children are running around. Friday's in full swing. You can smell the sense of dinner sort of rolling out of some of the houses. Lights are pouring out of the homes. People are shouting for their kids to come back inside. And it's much the same at the Thieves Guild. You'll recall the last time you were at the Cloak and Feather, they have like this mock family thing going on in the front. So you stop aside this relatively well put together residential home. It's like a duplex. And there is Jacobin out front. He is the drunkard. Yes, Jacob?
Before we go in, could I do a perception check to see if anyone's paying attention to where our party's going? Because I mean, yeah, I killed Cinder, but I'm still
You're
not
paranoid.
sure that Cal's not. Yeah.
Throw it.
21.
Okay. You keep ahead on a swivel as you head down, and you realize as you're looking around, oh no, I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone. And you get to the Thieves Guild, and then you instantly feel the hairs on the back of your neck raise up. But you note that it's just like Thieves Guild. It's Cloak and Feather people here. They're watching you because they know it's you. But you note like another guy across the street is like walking, but you've seen him walk the block twice already. But as soon as you get there, yeah, you think that you actually got here without attracting any other attention.
Cool. Because the one thing I don't want to do is bring my trash into the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, you think you're clear.
Hey now, I'm a respectful gnome.
Are they allowed in? Are Revius and Kopesh allowed in? Or is
I'm
it
not
just
stopping.
Alaric and I heard are allowed?
I'm not stopping.
I mean, I'll wait outside, I guess, but I'll try and walk in at first.
Yeah,
Just as long as we're with you guys, I mean.
I'm looking all around like I'm very obvious that I've never been in this section.
Jacobin will look at you and like raise an eyebrow. You bring friends.
We have Alaric and I have some pretty pressing business, otherwise we wouldn't have brought them.
The mistress is out.
Well, maybe you could help, Jacobin. Can we go inside and chat for a moment?
Sure. Come into the foyer, but that's as far as your friends go.
Absolutely.
All right, he opens the door to the front of the house, and like you're in like it's like a portico. It's almost like open, but it's private. It's behind a nice big bush. And as you're standing in the between the stone and the door, he looks at you and says, "What do you need?"
Information on how Kalsif got into his position with so little time.
Those secrets are gold secrets, Teagan.
How much?
20.
How about 10 and I do a job for you?
Done, but I've never known you to need to give less coin.
Let's just say that Calcif is becoming a problem for my family.
If you elaborate, I'll do it for just the favor.
Tariffs on the family.
That was you.
Let's just say that I got a little cocky this week, and didn't
You almost got the
realize
tariffs raised again too.
little.
I counted out that you almost got the tariffs raised again an hour ago.
Didn't realize the scope of power that this man has right now.
Well, it's new, I can tell you that. Your favor's noted. The lady will be pleased. The mayor's gone missing. Happened last week.
Anyone notice? Anyone see him before he went missing?
His assistant claims he turned to glass and walked into the forest. We didn't see it, though. We don't know. Seems pretty bogus to me.
I trust you, Jacobim. I'm going to tell you that that is not as an outrageous claim as people might believe.
All right. Well, that's supposedly what happened. Anyway, they looked for the replacement. Nobody really wanted the gig after that. So, of course, they reached out to the community. You know, the heavy hitters, the big families. Nobles couldn't decide amongst themselves. They all got to bickering and squabbling. Nobody wants one of them to be too powerful. So it went to an independent source, and of course, Calcif just strong-armed his way in. But it's tenuous. If he screws this up, if he screws up the carnival, he'll come toppling down fast.
I have a question. Do not my family, the other halfling family, were they in support of Calcif taking over?
Fall ferns. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were okay with it. You smell rumblings?
I do. Can you guys keep an eye on the Falferns for me? And I push 10 gold to him.
This'll maybe get one of our low guys for a week. We'll keep an eye. At least the weekend.
Just be careful.
All right. Will do.
Jacobim,
Yes.
let's say someone were to cause some chaos at the carnival. Perhaps it didn't go according to plan. Do you think that might be enough to nudge Calcif out of office?
It'd be a real good start. I think if the carnival is a disaster and some more people go missing, nobody will have any faith in him.
I'm sorry, we're talking about the same man who got us all demoted within a week. Yes, we're going to try and screw with him.
He won't see it coming.
We just need information. We can go and hunt for that, right? We can cause the fair to be ruined or he gets thrown out of office while we search for information.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait, why are we discussing this? I am not one of your envoy spy people. I can't do these sort of things. I fucked up in the Arcanum, let alone a public operation. I
look at Revius and I immediately put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "You are one of the smartest people that I've ever met. You can conjure something up, make something that can interrupt this festival."
Sure, I can. TJ, but have you ever thought about
No.
what's going to happen after that? You know why I need this job so badly.
I do.
I am
Eh.
working 2 times as hard out there and making about half the gold.
And if Kalsif continues doing what he's doing, you won't have a place to take your niece to.
I'm actually gonna stay silent for once because my big mouth isn't gonna ruin anything. So I'll just stand back to Alaric and just like, I don't know what to say.
Jacobin does the same.
Revius, moreover, in 29 days now, who knows what the city would look like?
You're doing all the sneaking around, yes?
Absolutely.
Fine.
But Revius, I do have, something I could use your help with. He just said that the mayor turned into glass and walked into the forest. I think you know where he might be headed. That city you guys found.
Yes.
Maybe you can go back and check.
I look at my cracked shoulder and don't want to go there too often.
Actually, do we still have the inflictions of being there last time on our physical bodies?
Yes.
Oh, fun. Okay, great.
I kind of showed him the crack I have on my shoulder now, like a spiderwebby glass crack. I'm like, if we go there too long, this is
cool.
going to happen.
It's like a scar. You look badass, Kopesh.
Badash.
I look like a window. I don't like it.
Well, you're not see-through yet.
I mean, if it's happened to the mayor, it may happen to other people. That may be how people are going missing. They're turning into glass and wandering in the forest. We have to
Yes,
find out
but-
more.
It usually doesn't happen unless they come into contact with an original source itself. Like you saw what happened to us in the cave. Are we? Revian sort of stops himself before he says that and looks over to Jacobine and just sort of like, shall we continue?
I nod. He can be trusted.
Oh, okay.
I cover back up my glass.
We're just sitting here pouring our life stories out in front of this man who sells information.
He's just soaking it up.
I mean, we had to at least come into contact with it in the cave. People don't just go turning to glass without contact.
Well, don't we remember seeing those crates of coronite leaving the Arcanum? We don't know where they went, but we saw them leave the Arcanum.
I think
This is all
Norik,
connected somehow.
I think Norik might have that information. He did say that he's been doing work for Kalsif.
Well, I think we found our next stop at least. Revius looks pointedly at TJ.
Jacobim, do you know where Norik is at this present moment?
I do not. He has
Do you know where
not-
he might be?
No.
Hi.
Jacob, you do know where your brother is, according to the Thieves' Cant letter.
God damn it. Okay.
It's time to come clean and honest with yourself. I'm whispering that.
Look, if it comes to choosing sides, you know we're behind you, right? Like,
I shine a light up. I cast a light cantrip above your head. You're like, it's time to come to the light.
I've tried to stay away from this area since it happened. It brings a lot of bad memories.
what area?
I need to go where I lost our where when Norik and I failed to smuggle the person in.
Lost
So-
your where?
Yeah. It's not the best way to look at a person, but that's what he was at that point. So we need to go to the Sterile Waters.
Do we need protective gear to go down there? Like, I know it's sort
I've
of the
never needed
backwash
it.
of the city. Oh, right, so we definitely do, because you are just sideways.
It would probably be for the best. I mean, Kopesh doesn't like to get his feet wet.
I mean, the best I could do is probably steal some rebreathers and return them by Monday.
Kind of freaking out a little bit, but he's like, okay, into the water. Come on.
We can
Go
do
away.
this.
Go
Just
high.
think of it like some mucky dirt. You're fine with dirt, right?
Take a little bit. He's like, oh, yeah. Dirt's fine.
Dirt's
Cool and
fine.
comforting.
It's fine. Just
I
remember
would
to breathe.
suggest
There's also glass in the dirt.
I would suggest going to the smithy first, though, and getting any items. We don't know what we're gonna encounter in the waters.
Okay.
Maybe there's a raft.
All right. So the party heads to Norik's smithy.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. You head back to the town square. Founder's Fountain is actually where Norik has his smithy. You do not hear the patented noise of the ting ting of the smith.
Is the
at
door
work.
locked?
The door is locked, but it is not an issue for you to pick this lock. This is probably a lock that you've picked several times before. You sneak your own way in very easily if you would like to. And it is your brother's room, so it's not necessarily unusual to see Teagan around, although, the two of you don't get together or don't get along that well. But the smithy is definitely quiet. It's definitely unoccupied. It's empty. The bellows aren't running. There's no smoke coming out of the chimney, which is peculiar for a smithy. They don't like those fires to go out easily. Do you let yourself in, Teagan?
I let myself in, but I definitely still kind of am peeking around my shoulders, because I'm sure that at this point everybody's aware of the rift between my brother and I.
Mhm.
So it might be a little bit weird to see me just kind of walking in with 3 other people.
Yeah. As you're crouched down, I'm sure,
gonna
at
hold
the
on.
doorknob. As you're crouched down at the doorknob, Brevius will sort of stand, in front of you to try and give you some sort of, oh, nobody's picking the lock here, and he'll hand you the requested skeleton key and be like, I managed to squeeze out a few hours of work. Use it wisely. Preferably not here if you can.
It is a one-time use.
I take it very quickly and throw it in my pocket. And should I just do a check?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
are you gonna...
Either sleight of hands or just a thieves' tool check. Same. I assume you have proficiency in both.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't have proficiency in sleight of hand.
Okay, then
Weird.
thieves' tool, so you can add your proficiency.
I got a 10.
Okay. It's not your slickest work, but it is a lock that you know like the back of your hand. You
Word.
don't even kneel down, you just lean against the door casually, and that's probably what takes you so long. Cause
I mean, if
I try to look
kneels
cool
down,
doing it.
that's a really low door. That's
also true.
all the way.
Also true. But you lean casually against the door and you pick it without looking at it. So it takes a little bit longer, but eventually the door comes open.
I motion for everybody to come in really fast while I stand in front of the door.
Mm-hmm. The smithy is quiet. The furnaces are cold and empty. There is a door in the back beyond a workbench that you can travel into, Norik's storeroom.
I go. I close the door behind us, obviously, and I go right into the storeroom.
Okay.
And go to the cabinet.
Yeah. So you open up a cabinet. It's got like a bunch of tools in it and some supplies, some bags of like various ores and like shavings and whatnot. You reach in the back and you push a compartment and it slides open, and you see a large bag. As you pull it out, Teagan, you note that there is a rapier of the Bowright estate, and it is yours from home. Anyone, if you want a magical +1 weapon, add it to your inventory now.
Fuck yeah! I mean, sorry, heck yeah!
Oh, nice.
So even if you don't really use them, throw one in so that you all have a magical weapon.
Just any basic magical weapon?
Yeah.
Or basic weapon, I should say.
It's a bag of assorted magical +1 weapons, so there, I mean, anything that's in there that you want. Just add one to your
Let's choose
inventory.
a gun. No, JK.
Ah, yes, the antimatter rifle. My favorite.
Ah!
There's a pistol, actually.
Mm-hmm. There is no pistol in that bag.
Where would I go to find those?
You
That's the most
can manage your
definitive
inventory.
That's the most definitive statement you've made this entire series.
Yes. Give players an inch, they take a mile, I tell ya. Yeah, but if you go to inventory, you should be able to add like magical weapon, and then once you've equipped it in D&D Beyond, it will automatically add it to all of your rolls. And we can talk about it after the session too, if you still need help. But nobody comes jumping out. Nobody was laying in wait. There was no trap that you can tell.
Does anybody else
I
need a
still
quick
don't
break?
trust it.
I'm good for a quick break. I can grab a snack.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
5 minutes?
That's okay. Yeah, take a $5.
Okay. Oh, there actually is an antimatter rifle. Holy crap.
There is, yeah. For some
It's
reason.
actually on the list.
Mm-hmm.
And a laser rifle.
Yep. Yeah, those aren't there. All right, I will be right back. So, you've collected your weaponry from Norik's stash, and are you leaving the smithy?
Before I leave, I'd like to do an investigation check to see what my brother has been up to the past several months.
Okay. Make that investigation check.
$20. Jesus.
Okay.
Not
excellent.
a nat 20, but a 20.
Excellent. What does this look like? Is this like you're getting pretty thorough, like you're checking for loose floorboards, like, or is this?
Oh,
like...
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So you start with the workbench. You start with the most accessible things. You're sort of rifling through his things. You're looking around for evidence of what he's been working on. You find that he's been repairing a lot of like surveying tools. You saw his cart earlier in the game when he was coming back to town. You know that he's been performing some sort of digs or like excavations, perhaps. So he seems to have been repairing those sorts of tools. You see a few that are actually like up against the wall, and you inspect them to see if he's cleaned them. And a couple he hasn't. And you see some of the dirts and grimes and molds on them. And as you're going over them, you're running your fingers along them. You're checking the soils on the pickaxe and whatnot. You note that there is definitely a quality of like peat to some of them, like he's been down in the swamps. But also you're seeing sort of like a calcified rock. And you know this to be indicative of a place called the Gravel Ponds. It's a location between the Sterile Waters and the Crumbling Heights, the mines. And it's this segment where a large peak collapsed, and it sent all the mountain down into the swamps, and it made literal gravel ponds. So it's these large, like, very dangerous, treacherous areas of inhospitable swamp stone terrain. And then as you're rooting around, you investigate that, you figure that out, and then You move over and you like hop up and down on some floorboards and you feel a weak point. So of course you start to fiddle and you yank and you pull up a trapdoor and it shows, you know, just the ground. He doesn't have like a basement in here, but you see the ground and you look down and you run your fingers just through the ground and you pull up several shards of brown glass.
By any chance, is there a map?
There is no map.
Damn it.
Not that easy, bucko.
That's weird, though, that there's glass here. So I'm wondering if Norik is aware of... Maybe Norik got turned to glass, too. Like us.
I mean,
I, like, show the glass shards I found.
what do you leave shards of glass everywhere you go? Are you
I found
excreting glass? I know, I just don't know what the connection between... Oh yes, he must be a glass person too, because there's glass on the floor.
Yeah, I might have came from my shoulder.
Well, I mean, he's not making a glass plant. It's not like he's gardening the glass.
No, but it's not like we're shedding glass off of our bodies either. At least not that I've noticed. If you are, please tell me, because there's something very wrong with you.
I nervously try to see if there's anything crumbling.
There's not. You're good, Kopesh.
Thank God.
Teagan, this at least tells me that your brother knows about the glass and wants to keep it a secret.
It's fair.
Or wants to keep the glass secret or safe. Maybe it has some properties
he's
we don't
working
know
with
of
it.
yet. Mm-hmm.
That's also true. And I look at Kopesh and I say, none of this when we talk to Norik. We don't speak of me doing any of this. Do you hear me?
What are you talking about?
poking
We were
around?
never here. We were never here. What are you talking about?
No, we could be here. It's just I don't think he'd be very happy with me rifling through his stuff.
As
I don't
most
think he'd
normal
be
people
happy
would
with
be.
you. I don't think he'd be happy with you regardless, but sure, we won't bring this up.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I got you back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw my cloak on, by the way, too. The cloak of the manta ray.
Okay. Excellent.
Because who knows what I'm gonna need when we go to the waters.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So is the party actually going all to the Sterile Waters now? Is there anything else that anyone wants to do while you're in town?
I think most of our things are out of town now. The forest on the other side of town to go see the Glass City again. And the Sterile Waters.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an either-or thing.
Yeah.
We could also
I'm along
talk
for the ride.
to Revius's guard friend, but that's up to you guys. You're going to have to push it, because Revius will not.
I don't feel a need to push that right now.
Yeah, that can be another
There
avenue.
was something. I was just trying to think if there was something that we could glean out of her that we haven't
Yeah.
already.
Hmm.
Nah, I guess there isn't. Not right now.
Well, guys, I'm devoting myself to figuring out what the heck is going on. My work was selling stolen items at best, so I'll be working through the week as well. I just sense that a few weekends isn't going to be enough to figure out what is going on here and put a stop to it.
No.
I understand. But Revius and I kind of need our job.
Yep. Don't let me stop you guys from doing your work. I understand we need to keep roofs over our heads and feed yourselves.
Well, if I do get relieved of my duties, heaven forbid, I'll be able to help more. He says it
You got
nervous.
a promotion, is that right?
Somebody got promoted over me.
Oh, I see.
Should have showed up to that guard duty.
With an asshole. Whatever. I let this one go. Kopesh is looking at staring daggers, but he's like, "This is fine."
Mm-hmm. Kopesh can pat the 3 spell scrolls in his bag and feel real good about himself.
I did a good job this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the party is leaving town?
Yep.
Okay, and you're heading to the Sterile Waters.
Yes.
Okay. All right, who's leading the way?
I don't know where we're going.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I
probably
think I'm the
TJ,
only
right?
one who knows exactly where we're going.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, this is. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say, Brevius might have been here once before, but that was a
I've
long
helped
time ago.
18 on the stealth check. I mean, not stealth, on the survival check without the corruption.
Boo, I don't get to roll on the table. Okay. Teagan, it's just as well I don't, because Teagan, you guide the party out to the Stellan Plains, and you follow a path that weaves and winds its way between the hills, keeping out of the eye shot of town. Until you encounter a very different state of land. And you get there with no issue, with no problem, and you make great time as well. Sorry, just changing music.
I figured as much.
Quietness reigns here, beneath the static sound of sickly moving water. Some bird noises that beckon from the far-off tree lines, but an unusual element of somberness or eerie, coy unease seems to permeate the swamp. You expect life, but instead are met with the elemental loneliness of the marsh. Now, the Sterile Waters you know very well, at least to a certain depth, like a mile or 2 in. And that's all you've ever needed to know, because nobody will even walk 10 feet into this place. As you're coming down to the Sterile Waters, the first thing that you see is the delta. The refinery river splits at this point and swirls and sloshes against the banks like an angry serpent. Its multifaceted discoloration is poignantly beautiful before one witnesses the delta. The way the river itself has purged the earth around it to break down into hollow ruts of slivering slushways and overbloated rot grass. It webs out for miles beyond, rank and slushy, dangerous and disheartening. So as Refinery River sort of spiderwebs or splinters outward, you can see that it's just killed everything around it. All the pollution from the Coronate Refinery is just dumped into this place, and it's just gutting the earth around it. But you've just arrived at the mouth of the swamp. What exactly would you like to do now, Teagan?
I imagine that I have some, like, caches somewhere around here.
Okay.
I'd like to see if Nor has left me any message in one of my caches.
Okay. As you sort of maneuver around the swamp, occasionally you'll march over to like a dead
fallen tree or something.
Yeah, like a fallen tree or like a dead branch that's like bowing out and over, and it's like if you pick it up, it's like moss is growing over like a slab of rotting wood, and you can push it up and look down inside. And I mean, there's like some really well sealed packages of like rations and whatnot. Probably the occasional like blanket or some rope, etc. But looking through these things, you don't find any letters from Norik.
And it doesn't look like anyone else has touched it except for myself.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I can't tell. It's 6.
Okay. You're not sure. You're like, did I open that ration package or did Norik? But it's been a little, like, you've got a lot of these. You're just not sure. Or maybe something got into it and tried to get into the packaging, or, you know.
Alright. How far away are we from the meeting spot?
Probably like a quarter mile. You just have to sort of delve in. It's not like the first river, Shepherd's Crossing. That's the first little splintering river that you have to cross. And you know 3 different points of travel across it that's safe. But you think that it was beyond that, or I'm sorry, before it. You think you'd crossed everything. You were just about home free when you were captured.
Got it.
So probably a quarter mile into the swamp.
Never had help with this part of this knowledge.
So, guys, this is the Sterile Waters. I'm sure that none of you have been this far in, except for you, Revius, since you've come with me here.
Yes,
It's
have
lovely.
vivid memories of falling into disgusting puddles.
Yeah,
This
it
is
definitely
where-
smells like Father Crease's feet.
This is where I failed my exams. I'm doing a poor job mocking Eric from when we were at the Arcanum.
Yes, well, I've had my fair share of failed exams too, so no worries there.
Well, I start trudging ahead towards where Nora goes.
Okay.
Should we follow?
How much of it is like watery, and how much is just mud?
I'd say it's mostly mud at this point, but you can look out across like the first river that's gonna have to be crossed, and it's about 60 feet. You know, it's not gonna be a dry trek.
Yep. God, like profession of muttering, kind of like which river?
Y'all can follow, but if you don't, just be aware that basilisks do sometimes inhabit this area.
Oh, great.
Glad to be filming wet.
Wait, Basilisk, you didn't tell me that the first time.
It wasn't necessary to tell you the first time.
I'm going to pretend I never had this conversation.
See, if I told you, then you'd get nervous like that, and then the job would be harder.
It would be harder.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes being alive is better than dead.
I'll drink to that.
Norik.
You have drinks.
No, Norik yells out, "It's almost always better to be alive than dead." As he sort of comes out from behind a low-hanging swamp bush, as I assume there are many.
It kind of looks like your natural habitat.
I'm sorry, does he just like emerge from the water like he was like SEAL Team 8 or something? Just whoop.
No, he was just behind some bushes. I was assuming as you guys were conversing, you're walking and talking, you sort of bump into him. It doesn't take too long to walk a quarter mile, even in a swamp. But as you arrive, Norik is standing before you, and he's got a knapsack slung over his shoulder and a walking stick in one hand. Jake, you do notice immediately that one of his hands are gloved.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, curious that. It's why I wrote the note, actually. And he pulls it off finger by finger until the glove comes off, and his hand is glass.
I turn and look at Revius. Pointedly.
It's like completely glass, though. He's like, it's been growing. I don't think that I have much time.
What
Can
have
you
you
move?
been doing?
Surveying, mostly, for Calcif.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
DJ, calm down.
It wasn't his fault. It was my own.
He sent you to this job.
Yeah. He sent me to investigate the gravel ponds. And
What happened? Did you touch something?
Kind of. There's something there that you'll need to see for yourself.
It's sounding a lot like that village we went to, Revius.
Perhaps, but we should probably see it with our own eyes before we make assumptions.
Alaire, can you do something for him? Can you do something for his hand?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. I hate to sound grim, but with other infections, sometimes the body part is amputated to prevent further spread.
All right, I was wrong. There is one case I would rather be dead. Before we get carried away here, Calcif sent me to the gravel ponds to find something called the Heart Stone. Well,
Did you?
Heartstone.
Did you find it?
it's there.
But
So
there's a but here. I know there is.
So was a group from the Melgath Empire.
What?
I didn't really get to meet them. Just a few bullywugs. They claim they're part of some empire deep in the swamp, but I've never been that far before. They're worshipping something down there.
We have to go get the Heartstone. That's what we need to enter deeper into the Mage's Tower.
Well, I found a few things. I bartered with the bullywugs to let me go. They now have a quarter of the map.
And they have the map.
I like walk away for a minute hearing that. Like it's just like shock. She's like just so angry. She walks away for a minute to like compose herself, and then comes back.
Anyone explain what a bullywug is?
They're frog people.
Yeah. Of
I'm
course.
sorry. Have frog people always been south of Gear Hall, or?
Why are we talking about frog people? These people have part of the map.
Yeah,
Quarter.
that's your hang on.
I gave the other quarter to my partner who works for the mines.
You don't even have it anymore?
Nope.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I can deal with this.
Listen, the only reason I'm talking to you is because, one, in about a week, I'm gonna be completely glass, and if you don't solve whatever the fuck is going on, I'm going to be a glass person wandering a forest.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Just like the mayor?
I'm not gonna let that happen.
A second, is the mayor here? I tried to know, is the mayor here?
The mayor is not here. At least not that you can see. Another figure erupts from behind a bush. It is a glass.
Okay.
The entire plot comes to
Okay.
you.
I'm sorry. I'm a little lost here. What exactly did you touch to make that happen? Or interact with?
We've been digging through the gravel ponds. It's nasty work. It's dangerous. You know, one false swing and you can send the entire mountain going down again. Well, we excavated something. We found the basilisk.
The biggest
Did-
creature.
It's a glass basilisk.
What?
Well, it got me.
From turning things to stone.
And there's another creature wandering the gravel ponds, which we had to dodge a few times. Apparently, the Melgath Empire is worshipping him. Anyway,
What's the other creature?
I don't know. I saw him from afar. You'll just have to see him for yourself. Or avoid him if you can.
Jeez.
Very frog-like.
Sounds dangerous.
Red. Weird. Anyway. I have one last thing for you to do, Teagan, before I go home.
Yes.
The lieutenant.
What about him? We lost him. He's back in Cragwatch.
Nope. He's in the Melgath Empire. He's been a slave to the Bullywugs. You gotta save him.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, are you gonna come along with us? Or, well, actually, I guess your hand is gonna be a hindrance. Don't do that.
Okay.
No.
Alright.
Yeah,
I could,
do
but
that.
at some point I will turn to a glass person and run away.
I might recommend that if by the end of the weekend we haven't contacted you again, you might want to go to a butcher. They have the skills, that's all I'm saying.
Go talk to Kalsif. He should be able to help you.
I'll talk to Kalsif, but
Don't give him anything.
that's not usually how help from those kinds of people work, Teagan. But I will talk to Kalsif, and I won't tell him anything. At this point, I'm going to put my life in your hands again.
Can you kill Cinder for me, too?
Probably not. That's not really my thing. I'm turning into glass. I don't care about an imp.
We'll do what we can. Maybe maybe I'll even be able to find a spell that can help reverse this too. I give a small smile.
Yeah, Kopesh, is there any divination or spiritual magic that can help here?
I could give remove a curse a try. Don't know how well it would do.
I think greater restoration's probably the only thing at this point for me.
Shit, I have lesser restoration.
Hey, that's handy.
If you catch it
No
fast
pun
enough.
intended.
He looks at his hand. I gotta go. I
Nork.
assume if I never see you again, you failed me again.
If we're too late and you do end up wandering the forest and you
That's
go
not going to
somewhere,
happen.
don't go south.
If I have a choice, okay, I will not go south.
I'm just saying, if you're still cognizant, try not to.
Okay, I will try not to.
Nork, thank you.
Well, with this knowledge, I'm actually going to take 3 heavy breaths and this is for Norik. I think, hey, I can do this. I can do this.
And I'm gonna mumble I'm sorry underneath my breath.
I'm gonna make a perception check. You don't think he heard you? He takes a deep breath. And he puts the glass hand on your shoulder. And he just gives you a really hard, long look. I'm sorry it's come to this.
I'm sorry it's always been... It's been like this for so long.
Well, good luck.
I hug him.
He's very caught. He's taken aback at first. You know, his arm is like caught between you, and it's definitely like this hard glass hand. But he does pat you on the back eventually, and he tries to break away pretty quickly. Whatever emotion he's feeling, it's pretty raw, and I don't know. He doesn't even know what he wants to feel. But he marches off to the north without looking back again.
Teagan, are you okay?
I'm gonna kill Kalsif. Yeah,
I mean, you
I'm
can
gonna kill
try.
Kalsif.
He's pretty powerful.
Let's focus on what we can do at the moment, which is let's get this heart.
We're going to get the heart stone, and then I'm going to kill Calcif.
Right.
Yes.
I have a feeling getting the Heartstone is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, holy shit, guys. We have to save the lieutenant, get the Heartstone, find the other quarter of the map, and somehow manage to avoid a glass basilisk and who knows what other else creature?
Looks like we'll be camping. Good thing I brought my stuff along.
Yes, after the last weekend, I've kind of just taken everything with me. Got like a tent and a bedroll.
It sounds like a single strike from that basilisk can turn us to glass. Revius, is there any way you could fashion some protective armor for us that could prevent glass strikes from getting through to our skin?
Oh. I mean, I could try, but that's... I mean, for all of us, weeks worth of work. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
I mean, at best, I can fashion a very sharp cleaver.
I can stay far away, but
worse.
that's just casting spells. I mean, I think for some of us, you just have to be in close to a creature.
Well, if it does
if
come
our
to
weapons
it,
even do anything to glass. Or
That's
maybe
true.
they'll do even better, because it's just glass.
if it comes to it, I think we should probably run for now when we see a gigantic fucking basilisk. Basilisk. Basilisk? Basilisk. Basilisk.
Baklava.
Baklava. Ooh.
I'll run from that too. I'll run from a delicious dessert.
The
Do I know
tiramisu,
any
it
lore
calls
about
to me.
bullywugs?
What's that, Jacob?
Do we know any lore about bullywugs?
Make history checks and just pop them into chat.
Oh?
All of us?
Sure, if you want. I would say that the information's not super common to Kier Hall.
The answer is going to be no. None of us know anything.
Teagan,
No.
you
I
definitely...
got a 21.
Ooh.
Oh!
Damn! Well, maybe he do.
Okay. What'd you get, Bryce?
I started thinking back on what Father Chris told me when it between the cheese and wine. I was like,
Got a
I
little...
What
got a
do I know?
24, but I'm going to say my character doesn't
Okay.
have any information.
Okay. Kopech. One day,
I said,
Father
thank you. I was going to
Krios...
say, if you're making me do this, like, Greg doesn't know.
Father Krios got really carried away, and you just let him talk. And he did mention something about some sort of empire, rumored to have occurred in the south, along the Barrier Mountains between the watershed and the Stellan Plains. Bullywugs are nomadic. They are horrendous for the earth. Like, they destroy everything they touch. They just leave swaths of ruin in their wake. They are bullies and possibly cannibals, but you're not sure. And they're almost just all evil. Like, there's not a lot of goodness in the hearts of bullywugs. Not to say that some can't be good, but most are not. I'll say that's all you know from, like, the generic history.
Okay.
That's what I know, guys. The rest was covered up with drunken ramble, unfortunately.
Did Father Krios say if they like anything? Like if they can be tricked by magic or something? Like
I don't know
say
that much.
we're-
I had to refill his glass afterwards, so that's as far as I know. And didn't make much sense after.
After you refilled his glass, he said, I'm greedy for this wine like bullywugs are greedy for gold.
I don't know if it was quite accurate. It may have been a little insensitive, but he says they like gold too, I think. Something like that. I'm dead broke, so we're counting on the first strings of the bow rats to get us through this.
Does anyone here have an alchemy spell? Like, can they transmute things into gold?
If I could transmute things to gold, I'd have left my not be scrambling.
Like, there's a
you think
spell
Revius
that
had the
can.
ability to do this? He's scrambling, working his ass off.
Pretty sure
There's a
that's
spell-
illegal.
There's a spell that can like make it look like gold for a certain amount of
Like
time.
Do you mean
Revius said,
thaumaturgy?
I think that's illegal.
The philosopher's stone
Minor
transmutation
illusion?
wizards have that.
Minor
Teagan.
imprisonment.
In the past week, I did manage to learn a new spell that, while it doesn't make gold, it can make the illusion of as large of a mountain of gold as you like. You can
Oh.
create some illusions now.
Well, that's nice.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Because I think that we're going to be doing some deception.
All right, Teagan. Would you like to carry on into the depths of the Sterile Waters?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You are. I sent you a map of the Sterile Waters, I believe, right, Jake, a while ago.
Yeah.
You are welcome to reference that as you're traveling inward. You do know the best place to cross Shepherd's Crossing. So I am not. Actually, give me a survival check for it, but this is not a pass-fail.
By the way, stealth is going to be completely out. Kopesh is kind of way down. He doesn't do good in water and mud, so he's just like.
I got an 8.
An 8.
What perfect timing of the siren to come in the back. I got an 8.
It was like mocking you. It's like you're at a sad Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
What?
Okay. You're wandering through the muck, and like you just hear Kopesh grumbling as mud just spills into his boots.
I'm doing it to spite him at this point.
And you're traveling through. I mean, it's getting hot. It's getting sticky. The air is moist and damp. Air's not supposed to be like that. You're eating copious amounts of flies. Eventually, you do find that. Well, you know how it's like when those little gnats like fly into your eyeball and stuff. It's like they're trying to. They must
Oh
be.
God! You know, I'm just imagining just Revius just suffering at all of this, especially.
Revius has his fucking goggles on. Don't care if he can't see shit. Do not care.
They keep fogging up, and you keep having to like push a finger up in there and wipe them off. It's just really foul traveling. And as you push further south, eventually you hit the river, and you'd think like, oh, it's a nice refinery river. I can get in. At least if we wade across it, it'll be nice and cool. But you find the safe crossing after about an hour of travel, and wading into this water, somehow it's warmer than the air around you. It's just no relief is provided as you ford your way across, and you realize why your brother Norik had a walking stick, because it's just like you feel your boots sinking into the silt underneath the water. And as you push your way across this tributary, you come to the other side and realize that it's just swaths and miles of swamp in every direction.
Oh God!
You know that if you head to the southeast, you'll head back toward the mountain. You can see the barrier mountains through the mist and fog. And you know that the gravel ponds is in that direction. But you get the idea from Norik that it's the opposite direction. Deeper toward the ocean is where you have to go to find this Melgath Empire that he mentioned contact with. What do you do?
We swap bugs away from us.
Greg is really getting into the Sterile Waters.
I think that we should go to the Melgath Empire first.
Okay.
See if we can get the lieutenant, and then go back, because we'll have at least one extra body to use as cannon fodder for this basilisk.
Okay. That's very morbid, but okay. All right.
What if the basilisk is hanging out near the Melgat Empire, and then we just have...
Well, then we run. We run very fast.
Also, it shows how obsessed I am over this map. Because I know that they have a piece of the map too.
That's true. We're gonna have to barter.
And the Heartstone.
Well,
No,
maybe.
that's at the gravel pond, I think.
Oh, that's right.
I have a theory about that.
I turn and look.
What's your theory?
Oh, that was Ashley. I mean, I guess Brevius would say
damn.
that out loud too. He looks like he's been mulling it over, and while walking through this awful
How can you
fucking
think?
swamp,
How can you think in the swamp?
he says out loud, just out of the silence, and just is like, you know, doesn't quite make sense. These marbles, these things, these stones, they've been inside of animals as far as we could tell, or people, inside of their heads. None of those were turned to glass. So, if it is inside the basilisk, why?
Maybe it's not in the basilisk.
But what if it is? We're going to have an issue.
It's true.
I think it sounds like it makes perfect sense to me.
Oh, fuck.
Good.
All right. Teagan, make another survival check for me.
Fantastic! Can't wait to get a 1 or something.
What you got?
I got 13.
13. Okay.
Woo!
Roll a d12 for me.
Yay! I knew that was coming. Do 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 5.
5. Okay. Interesting. All right. You travel again another couple miles pass. And this is grueling travel. Like, it's just miserable. All of you are miserable. Even if, like, you have done this 20 times before, like Teagan has, it's never really fun. The bugs are biting you.
I actually start snapping. I start snapping at Kopesh every time they starts talking about how miserable he is. Like, I'm gonna leave you here if you keep this up. I swear to God.
Look, at this point, I'm a little bit taller than you because my boots have been filled with so much mud. It's actually platforming me up, so I'm looking down a little further than usual. Like, look, if I have to walk through one more fucking piece of mud right now, I'm going to fill your lungs with whatever I have in my boots. Don't you dare snap at me right now.
Oh my God. You two are bickering. When you're just marching along, you come to the next river. And the first river was about 60 feet in distance. This river, Jake, you know this one to be called Fool's Crossing. The secondary river artery in the midst of the Sterile Waters. Its width is significant in comparison to Shepherd's Crossing. Occasional sloshes can be heard from beneath its green-covered still crust. One wonders what beneath its surface breaches only to return to the depths without showing itself. You've never crossed this river before, Teagan. You've never had to go this deep. But as you two are bickering and coming to a stop, you hear a croak. It's like...
Kopesh, shut up! Get your stomach under control.
Can't hear you.
So I'll slap shit out of you right now. I'll wrestle you, just like a noodle cart. Get ready.
You know what this river's called? It's called Fool's River. It's named after you. I will drown you in here.
Oh my God, please stop before I throw you two both into the river. I don't care. Just please shut up.
You hear another croak. Yo,
What the hell is
man.
that? I look around.
The mud sort of splishes up across, and a bullywug eye rolls around and looks at you. Here, you guys gotta, like, chill out.
I try to move some mud on top of the eye so it stops looking back on his eye. Just kind of push it back down.
Slap Kopesh. Stop it. Stop.
It's looking at me.
Stop.
Sorry for interrupting you. We're just trying to move along.
It's like, yeah,
You
you'd say so. You guys are gonna wake it up.
Wake what up?
The river, bro.
yeah,
The river.
totally gnarly, bro.
What do you mean?
What's gnarly?
We're gonna
dude?
wake up the Teagan River? What's the matter?
Nah, Fool's Crossing.
Same thing. But how do we wake it up? And how do we avoid doing so?
Oh man, you just gotta be one with it, bro.
I'm sorry, we're tourists here. Could you explain to us what waking up the river is? Or what it follows it? What it
Nah,
entails?
I don't think so.
Oh. Great.
You're not one of us. I mean, good luck and all. Like, I don't want to see you die, but
I mean, if you don't want to see us die, then you may want to share.
Can I do a performance check to see if I can like
Croak.
yeah, like kind of imitate him to make him think that I might be like half bullywug or something.
What? I thought you were gonna go for the surfer vibe, but you're just gonna try to pretend you're a bullywug. Cool.
excellent. Let it rip. Make a performance check.
Please tell me Alaric said that out loud like in disbelief.
I got a 4.
Wait, but I
want to hear it, Jake. I want to hear it. I'm sorry, Ashley. 1 second. It's like, bro, you're embarrassing yourself in front of Mother Nature.
I do that all the time.
Bruh.
Okay.
have no words.
Bullywug, what's your name, bro?
Bugle Boa.
Bugle Boa, that is such a gnarly name, bro.
What does gnarly mean?
Well,
Like righteous.
wait.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
sick.
I'm just gonna try to barter with him.
You can barter with me.
No, it's too late. TJ's already given you the name Gnarly.
Did we
Oh.
get in the water? Is that what you mean by becoming one with the river?
Yeah, unless you can like fly, bro, you're gonna have a real hard time.
Is there any way to get across about becoming one with anything in this swamp? Please tell me there's a way.
Can you fold the space-time continuum and poke a hole through it?
I think
Not
few
yet.
people
Not
can do
yet.
that.
No.
Did you help us across?
I can
Maybe.
help like one of you.
I take out a gold coin. I'm like, you saw the be correct.
Yeah,
Would this
that's-
help convince you?
That's shiny. I
I've
left.
got more.
No, I left home because they were too concerned with stuff like that.
I love this guy so
I put it
much.
back.
All right. Well, what are you concerned with, Boa?
Oh man, just like keeping it real, keeping the Earth Mother all one piece.
Right on, bro.
Thank you. You see on my
Right.
level. All right.
So
I look over just
you want
both of them.
the Earth Mother to stay in one piece, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. What if we told you we are trying to do exactly that? You see, your hometown, as nice as it may seem, seems to have a little bit of a run-in with some creatures.
What do you mean? Run in. What's that?
Well,
Lay
have
it
you
out
ever-
for me.
have you ever heard of the glass basilisk?
What the fuck's a basilisk?
It's a
The long
big,
snake.
gross
long snake.
water snake.
Oh, right
But
on.
really, it's sick and it's spreading this disease, and it may very well be spreading to Mother Earth, and we need to go talk to your town.
Oh no.
and-
You're gonna have to talk to the king. King Cram Cram.
Can you tell us about maybe what he wants? How can we get through to him?
King Cram Cram is the most self-centered, egotistical son of a bitch in the Melgath Empire.
Oh, I have a coworker like that. They'd probably get real along.
Yeah, he ate my brother.
Oh,
Oh,
condolences.
Like that.
That's why we're here. We're here to help save somebody else's brother too.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I've got 35 brothers. We can afford
Still
to
doesn't
lose a
seem
couple.
very nice.
Well, you know.
Right on, bro.
Right on.
I'm
So-
looking at the two of you in disbelief, like, what is? I can't figure out the connection.
We're
So you see-
vibing. It's okay.
We need to get there so we can help Mother Earth and save our own brother from another mother.
Yeah, we
Mm.
might need to speak to and take down King Cram Cram.
We're kind of on
Yeah.
the same page here, you know. We don't deal with that greed stuff. Can you help us out getting across the river, at least?
I can definitely help at least one of you.
At least one.
How
Okay.
swift is this river? Like, if I were to jump in, would I be able to swim across?
Are you asking me or Bugle
Yeah, I'm
Boy?
asking you.
Okay. No, it's not swift. You could definitely swim it, but it's deeper. This isn't a wadable, it's a swim. And it's probably twice as much, so it's like almost 200 feet.
I have my cloak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
good.
soar through.
Oh, okay. So hearing that, I'm like, yo, bro. So
Yeah.
like, if I help one of my friends and you help two,
I can only help one, bro. I told
Okay.
you that.
I got this. I'll turn into gas and meet you guys on the other side.
You'll fucking what?
don't
He's
worry,
gonna
bro.
become
It's
one with
totally-
Mother Earth.
Don't
It's
huff him.
righteous.
Don't breathe him. don't huff him when he
Bugle.
turns into smoke. He's
Just
You're
hold your
gonna
breath.
love this.
Have you ever met a god before, Bugle?
Yeah, a couple. There
Well,
are
just
gods,
wait.
though, so, I mean, 1 ate 7 of my siblings. The other one murdered 15. So I don't know about all that, man. That's kind of like why I left. Gods are kind of scary.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't
Oh.
like peace and love.
No, they're really just about murder, I think. I think that's really all gods care about.
I don't know about that. Like, or have we learned that the holy he's gonna, if somebody doesn't stop him, he's gonna go into a spiel. He won't.
Okay, we're totally with you, Bugle, Boa, and I Revis puts his hands over Kopesh's mouth, just like, shh.
All right. Let's see this god work in action.
All right, I will turn into a gas.
What's that look like? Like casting your arcane focus and channeling the energy.
Yeah, so touching the stone on my circlet on my forehead, and as I do, my hand starts to dissipate, and then my legs and my head is kind of the last thing to dissipate into gas.
Fucking A, that's trippy. Look at him go. I'm so
He
proud
is.
of him.
Pretty trippy, I would say.
Is he looking for followers? Because he also did not eat any of us, and that's also pretty righteous.
Well, I suppose that
He's
depends on if you want to
vegetarian.
help more than one of us.
Vegetarian? There's more than one of me? Bro.
Right on, bro. Yeah.
We're swapping recipes after King Cram Cram gets
Is
what's
that
his...
his actual name? Is his name actually Cram Cram? My guy?
It's King Cram Cram. And if
Guy.
you get it wrong, he's gonna try and eat you.
He can try.
That's awfully rude. He doesn't even ask.
No, not usually.
Listen, Aleric's already gone ahead. He's going to be waiting for us on the other side.
I'm very slow. As a gas, I can only move 10 feet per turn, so I'm taking my.
So in other words, just
I got a bottle, and I like put his essence inside of it.
chuck it across. All right, no, Alaric, get in this canteen.
Alaric is slowly misting his way across the long river. Bugleboa says, "Which one of y'all am I taking?"
Oh, definitely me. I don't want to ride across with
I
Teagan at all.
would.
Sweet.
Well,
It's-
you are smaller. If TJ is going to help one of us,
God. Oh, God. Your
I'm
logic.
just saying. I'm
No, your logic.
heavier.
The logic is sound.
I told you I was going to drown you in this river.
Please don't.
I hate you so much sometimes. Just grab me and get me across.
Okay, Teagan.
I put the cloak up over my head so that I can breathe underwater.
Yeah, so you throw up the manta ray cloak, and immediately you see the sheen of the cloak as it comes into contact with water. It's just like sparkles, like effervescently. And as you dive in, it's almost seamless. Like there's not even bubbles. It's like Olympic dive level shit.
Ooh.
And the tendrils sort of stretch back off the cloak, and Kopesh can hold on very easily. I would like a survival check with advantage. And only from Teagan. This will allow Kopesh to bypass it.
I got an 18.
18. Okay. Yes, Ashley?
I was just. What was the name of the kingdom again?
Melgath Empire.
Melgath. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And he is taking... Bugleboa is taking you, Revius?
Yeah. I mean that. As long as he's big enough, I think we've only seen his eye stalk as of yet, right?
He's like half submerged. So like he's just like lounging on the ground. But yeah, he pulls himself up. He's a medium-sized creature. He's about the same size as you. He's surprisingly large. He's hunched over. He's very frog-like, almost entirety. He just says, "Hold on to my flippers. All right?
Front or back, friend?
Back. I need the front ones to swim."
Right. I try to hold on to those slippery slippers, I guess.
Yeah, you've got like his thin...
It must be slimy.
slimy legs, his amphibious legs, and they're like gooey. You can't even feel like bones inside them. It's just like, ugh.
Oh,
It's like,
thank you.
remember, become one with the Earth Mother.
I will try my hardest.
All right,
I hear that. I put my hand up as I'm swimming.
It's like a shark fin.
May I slap it?
Yes.
Focus on getting me across. I yell.
You see Kopesh's hand come up and like pull it back under. Revius, make a survival check with advantage.
Ooh.
I'm having you make it.
Oh.
I like that we just pick up. We basically just took him out of words because he was cool. But if we just take you elsewhere, we'll just don't see Reddy ever again.
Yep, he's gone.
19.
19, excellent. Okay. So, Bugleboa, he's just, like, he pulls you pretty deep under. But you took a nice big breath, and you have your goggles on, so you can actually see what's going on. So up above, we have the floating mist that is Alaric, just sort of
Slowly.
tra-la-la, just trundling its way across the very still, serene waters. And underneath, then we have Teagan, who is just like a bullet, like a submarine underwater with that manta ray cloak on. I think your movement is like, what, 60? 60 swim speed?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll say it's 60 even towing another person. So the two of you are just like shooting through, and you don't notice anything about this river that could have been dangerous. But the bullywug, when he says become one with the water, he means it. He dives down and he's doing swirls and slides, and he's spinning and looping. And you realize that the sands that are still on the bottom erupt occasionally, and tentacles come bursting out. These sort of silver-lined, veined hands. And they've got like suckers on the ends. And they're erupting up and shooting out of the water and like passing through Alaric harmlessly, coming back down. And as you're being pulled by the feet of this frogman, you just feel the tentacles reaching around and searching for you, but he's just one with the water, bro. And he erupts out the far side of the water and rolls on the shore. It's like, sweet. We did it.
Holy... Oh! What was that?
Fool's Crossing.
Yes, but what was that?
To be honest, I don't know. It's just the river, bro. I told you.
Oh, that's no river.
I love this guy so much.
You just become one, and nothing the Earth Mother can throw at you will hurt you.
Right on, bro.
Bro.
That's... Yes, apparently so. You have opened my eyes to something.
It's alright. Because if I'm going to take you all the way to the Melgath Empire, we gotta get past Dead Man's Ford next.
Why are there so many fools and dead people?
Well, they're named after what happens to the people who try to cross them.
Yes.
So wait, what did Shepherds crossing? Was there a lot of like druids or something?
Nah, Shepherd's just is like wet. Fools.
I don't get the connection.
Straight up hentai, and then Dead Man's, well, speaks for itself, I think.
Shepherds.
So that means TJ will be
hentai.
safe, and the rest of us are going to die then.
Nah, we won't die, probably. It's
That's
like,
not the way I want to become one with Earth.
yeah, no. I mean, but like best case, you do. Like you're dead, yeah, but you'll fertilize
Don't you
the
mean
river.
worst case, bro?
No, probably like long-term best case.
That's fair.
We all get there eventually. Better to feed the river than to feed one of the Melgath Empire's gods, because they're kind of abominations.
I'm sorry, how many gods do they have exactly?
Well, there's two. There's Garganto and there's the Red God. He's new though. Well, I don't know. He's no fun.
I materialize at this point after you guys have been chatting for a while.
Shit, bro. Warn me.
Hey, sorry. Glad to see we're all over on this side now.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ made it across the whole way without snarking, so it was a good time.
TJ, you did great.
Hey,
Thanks,
some
bro.
tentacles just like whipped through me as I was passing through.
Yeah, no, there's something at the bottom of Fool's Crossing. Don't know what. Silvery tentacles.
It's
The river, bro.
It's just the river. Yeah, like I saw one of the tentacles once. It was dead up on the shore and had like sparkly ore running through it.
Like glass?
Oh.
Nah, like ore, not glass. I don't.
Weird.
Coronite.
What's coronite? We don't have that word in our lexicon.
It's kind of like a black...
But lexicon is in your lexicon?
Yeah, everyone's got a lexicon, bro.
Was it like black in color and sort of hard, like obsidian, but not really?
Is that coronite?
Yes.
Yeah, that was it then. Not silvery. Sorry. My bad.
Well, that's fine.
My blunder.
New words are fun.
Aren't all colors all the same anyway? Everything mixed together eventually?
No, you're just
Yeah.
colorblind.
Listen,
All one.
I'll let it go because it's you.
Did I hear, Bugle,
Sorry.
that you were coming with us a little further in?
Sure. Like, I can go home. It's just, I don't want to. But, like,
I don't want you to put you in danger after what you've done for us, though.
I mean, I'll be okay.
I mean, we really appreciate your help because we've heard that it's kind of dangerous for outsiders.
Well, King Cram, you know, if you make a good first impression, he might be, like, really wowed by you.
So, with all the greed going on in there, King Cram would probably just be like, yes, gold, come in, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
like, we can check
Is there
some...
another way to make go ahead.
To make King Cram Cram happy.
I was gonna say, is there another? Like, is there? What was the happiest time that you've ever seen King Cram Cram?
Probably after he ate a couple of his rivals.
Okay, but besides eating people, how else does King Cram Cram get happy from outsiders?
He loves like a good worship sesh. He's really conflicted lately because the two gods, they're like
I can help with the worship session.
yeah, they're in conflict, and he's having a hard time choosing because he knows if he makes the choice that like he's gonna piss off one group or the other group. So like if you could make that choice for him, he'd probably be really happy.
Politics are just a whole bunch of hullabaloo.
Yeah, he loves to eat gold. Like it says,
That doesn't.
he's never been closer to it than when it's inside him.
Does he? His bowel movements are probably horrendous.
Yeah, but stuff like passes through us bullybugs real easy. We're pretty rubbery.
Okay.
And also he loves a good spawn. Like there's 800 eggs in Lambent Lake right now.
I apologize for my friends asking these questions. I really do.
That's all right.
We've got to get to know each other so that we can vibe.
Hey, everyone poops.
They do indeed.
Hey, did you say you knew anything about that new red god?
Nah, not really. They're like between Garganto and the Red God. That's pretty much why I left. Like they just were not vibing.
Yeah. Okay.
Red.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually a bullywug, bro.
You know, that is a very odd color for, the swamps. Doesn't
Is
fit in.
Garganto a bullywug?
Fuck no. He's like 15 bullywugs put together. They keep him in a cave down in the Barrier Mountains.
Whoa.
Oh.
So he is indeed actually Garganto.
Oh yeah.
He is. I think that he's the thing that we're trying to keep in the mountains.
What?
The makers of mountains. Remember the Faloran?
Maybe there's more things in the mountains.
For Lauren?
Yeah, Faloran.
I don't.
Sounds pretty righteous, I think.
Well, perhaps the only way we can know is moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Dead Man's Forward, that's what's next.
Dead Man's Forward.
All right. Hopefully we can avoid the dead part.
But if it's like a ford or a fjord or
Let's
they
just
both have waters
find
and drop off, and I'm kind of scared.
It's like a car.
Yeah.
Oh, good
It's just
Lord.
an interstate, and there's tons of traffic, and we have to play Frogger now.
Good Lord. We're playing Frogger with the bullywug, and we have to hop on it.
If this was like a different kind of
Please.
game, that's exactly what would be happening. But
Please, that'd be so fun.
all right. So you travel with the bullywug for a few more miles to the south, and you feel like you've been traveling for half the day or so. You're all wet, you're all exhausted, you're all sticky. The flies are now sticking to any point on your flesh. But the third and final artery in the Sterile Waters is a 1/4 mile wide. Its coverage slowly moves toward the sea to the west, making the entire landscape drift dizzyingly, as though the earth itself is treading water slowly. A gurgling, sucking noise can be heard occasionally when a rip current flushes into itself. Beyond the sliding landscape, firefly lights can be seen dotting the base of the Barrier Mountains. So basically, whatever river this is, it's completely covered in just greenery. It makes the entire swamp looks like it's just moving. Standing still before it is almost it's very dizzying. It's kind of like when you're in a car and like there's another like a large truck going the same direction past you but faster. And it's just like it's messing with your balance and your ability to like survey the ground. There's a lot of alarm bells going off in your head. Like innately, you as a mortal being are uncomfortable in its presence. Well, this one's kind of just like cross at your own peril.
Is there anything that we have to worry about inside the waters?
Just the riptide.
Oh, word. That's righteous, bro.
Yeah, no tentacles this time though.
Ah.
I thought that was just the river.
No, it's the other river. This is a different river. I mean, like, you gotta become one, but not all Earth is one, you know?
Okay, are there trees that I can tie a rope to?
I hate him.
No.
No?
It's all moving.
Yeah, it's I mean, you could, like, dig, maybe, and bury rope?
Is,
all pretty
is there
sloshy.
anything
I
that-
wouldn't.
Is there anything that I can fasten a rope to? Anything at all? Or, like, rocks I
A
can
tree, a rock.
put? A felled tree? Nothing?
Sure, let's say that there's some, but you don't have a quarter mile of rope.
Damn it.
And also, if this forest river is moving, then your rope is just going to kind of get swept down.
Well, my plan was to go across and hold the rope from one end while everybody else crossed. Like, hold it up.
Are you sure your arms are strong enough to hold us?
Well,
But
I
you're
could have
kinda-
tried tying
you're
it to the
wiry,
other side,
TJ.
too.
I don't think that'll
So
work.
a quarter mile in feet is 1,320 feet.
Yeah, I don't have it.
No, we would had probably 200 between all of us. I think basic adventuring gear gives you like what, 50?
Yeah, it's a like a very large,
Yeah.
terrifying, moving mass.
Hey,
We might have to
bro.
investigate. Sit here and think
Bugle.
about this.
Yo.
Why is this called Dead Man's Ford? What's so dangerous about it?
Well,
Riptide.
yeah, the riptide's pretty gnarly. I like that word, TJ, by the way. That's pretty rad. Also, there's a lot of bullywug scouts that like to shoot the people trying to cross it. I might be able to stop them from doing that, though. So it's pretty cool that you guys are dragging me home.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
after
much
this
so.
all over, we can help you back out of, city limits, swamps. TJ actually has experience with that.
Right
My
on.
question is, how the heck did Nort make it this far in? Like, he made it far enough to run into the glass basilisk. How the heck did he...
He's working with an
Wondering where-
all-powerful wizard that's probably about 200 years old.
Well, I'm fairly certain he wasn't riding Cinder all the way out here.
No, he was probably turned into mist or, teleported. Or flying.
So, bro, how do people normally get across here, man?
Well, we've got giant toads that we domesticate, and they're really good at leaping through it
Word.
because
Is
it's almost not all water.
it's just like floppy mush, yeah?
Yeah, it's mush. It's like silt, but for human being kinds like yourselves, super dangerous.
So, could we maybe get some of those toads, bro?
I might be able to get one for myself and give it to one of you.
If I gave your friends over in town some gold, bro.
We could try. It's like a coin flip. I'm okay with it. If that's the way you want to
You're gonna have
go.
to try and barter.
I just don't like going into places that I don't really know the people, especially after I heard that they might eat me, you know? It's like really harsh on my vibe.
Oh, I know. Like, it's a real bummer. Especially to be like, man, I made it this far in life just to find my way into King Cram's gut.
Into his gully, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at reviews and I was like, I can't believe it. I'm struggling to keep up.
Good luck. I'm as lost as you are.
Well, I know I can cross just fine.
Can you?
And if you get caught in the water, like I don't know
How
how
can
to.
you
I don't-
cross just fine?
Glass. I can use my my corruption.
That's true.
I mean, we could. I guess I'll do that, or try to.
True. All right.
Mine wouldn't come into me right now. If I pray for a prayer. I don't know if burning the swamp is going to do anything with my religion.
Well, at this point, I'm going to call for a skill challenge.
All right.
So if you guys are willing to cross, if you don't want to pursue any alternate attempts or options, I want you all to pick 3 of your proficient skills each.
My proficient skills?
If I go under, erect a memory for me.
I only have 3 proficient skills.
Well, that's
So,
excellent.
I
You know
don't
which
like
3
you.
you're using.
Do they have to be different from each other?
Yeah, preferably.
I have persuasion, stealth, and perception.
Let's say I have persuasion, perception, investigation, and insight.
Okay.
I can change perception to deception.
Oh, there's going to be an overlap, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can overlap each, but you can't pick like the same one twice for yourself.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you're all
definitely.
welcome to overlap each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Because each one,
let's do it.
Yeah, each of you are going to be basically doing your own thing. And I will say, like, if Bryce, if you get to the third check and you are gonna bomb it or something, you can just use a spell slot and turn into a mist and just finish the journey.
Yeah. I just want to try to save some
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah, so just bear that in mind. Or like if you wanted to use your corruption and try and fashion something swiftly, Ash, like as an artificer, this is a moment where creativity is going to get you an advantage.
Yeah.
All right, who would like to go first?
I will go first.
Excellent. All right. You wade into the silty waters, if you could call it water. Give me your first check.
Okay. Say this is a history check,
Okay.
and it's a 9.
Okay.
oh.
All right. And your next check?
Okay. Next one is investigation, and that is a 27, as high as I can get on that.
Damn. Okay. And your third check?
Kana. Oh, wow. I think that has never happened to me, rolling 2 20s in a row.
Heyo.
So 27 on that one also.
Excellent.
Don't worry, I am here to make certain that your 20s are ones on my side.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay. What's your first check?
I'm gonna start off with investigation. Ah! No, okay. Let's throw my dice off. Can I use my...
Off the table, it's an Ash special.
Can I use my my eyes of minute seeing goggles to help with this, or nah?
Sure.
Okay. It's okay. It was better the first time. Um, 21.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Next, I'll use persuasion, I guess.
Okay.
Do we have to provide an explanation to how we are using these in the field?
Only if you want. I'll do it.
Okay, 21.
Another 21?
Yep.
Excellent.
And then...
I'm going to let everybody down with my rolls. I cannot.
I'm gonna use insight.
To the water and slip all the way in.
12.
Okay. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll let Kopesh go.
I might as well go next then.
Okay. First
Pray
check.
for me. Alright, first check will be insight.
Okay.
Oh, we start off good. So that's 22 insight so far. So far, so good.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh.
the next roll is going to be using my history of what I remember from Father Chris, and remember the history of this to try and navigate. And that would be a 6.
Okay.
Right on, bro.
Right on. Not so hot. Keep going. Keep going.
And next up, I will use religion to see if there's anything that I've learned during my studies in the Holy Hall that could at least help me remember how to navigate something nasty and muddy. When
Okay.
that is a nat 1, but with plus 7, that's an 11. I'm going to really think hard and burn some corruption to see if I can add in into that, please.
I'm so proud of you.
Make me think harder!
I prayed really hard. Not only thoughts and prayers this time.
Excellent. Teagan.
So should I add plus 10 to that roll
Hell yeah.
overall?
Yep. I've got
Okay,
it. I've got
so-
it down. 11.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Then 10. Actually, that was a 7, wasn't it? Not a 1. It was a 7.
Yeah, so it would be 18.
Yeah, so it'd be 8. Yeah.
okay. Excellent. 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 That actually changes it from a fail to a pass. Okay. Just barely too, because it's
But I'm also I'm
increasing.
more evil now.
not evil, just different.
It's glassy, bro.
Yeah, my other shoulder match that crack.
You're just becoming one with your surroundings. Okay,
Does my
Teagan.
crack get larger and not the one on my ass?
Teagan, what you got for me?
Perception, I got an 18. Persuasion, I got a 27.
Woo.
And stealth, I got a 18.
I hate you all.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
It's my fear of water that's holding me back. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember my history when I'm drowning.
Okay. You all wade into the water together at the same time. The bullywug is behind you. He says, you know, if one of it gets really dire, I'll try and help one of you.
Right
Alaric.
on, bro.
I'm
Alaric.
shaking my ass off, nervous.
You plunge your feet into the muck, and you feel it just pulling you in. You try and lift your leg out immediately, it sucks you deeper. And as you plunge forth and you start to thrash with your arms, you feel these pins and needles along your legs. But you keep thrusting and fighting to get through. You take 5 damage. The next time your arm comes out, it explodes out, flinging muck around. You see leeches are just all along your arm. You just see blood streaming down your arm. You take 5
Is this
damage.
all of us?
This is just you so
This is
far.
you so far.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
I'm listening to follow.
Hey now, oh cool.
Next to you, Revius, You pull down your goggles and you zoom in and you see the leeches and you manage to swim around them with your investigation check. Kopesh, you note that your ally next to you has moved. You hear Alaric probably go, "Oh, cool." You see the blood dripping down his arms, so you maneuver yourself in the same manner that Revius did beside you. And Teagan, your perception allows you to do the same. You note that they take evasive maneuvers. You see the little black leeches in some of the spots, and you do your best to avoid them. You get about a third of the way out, and this time, Alaric, you are hyper-focused. Your investigation check of 27 allows you to note that the mites, the fireflies that you saw in the distance, they're swarming down, and you can actually smell the scorch that they leave behind. And you plunge your head under the water against every fiber of your being, and you can, when you come back up, they have passed over. You take no damage. As they come scouring down, Revius, you turn to them and you give them the most stern scolding you can. Say, "I don't think so." And with your persuasion check of 21, the fireflies part around you. Kopesh, you are lost in thought. You're just plunging there. You've got your eyes closed. You're praying to your god. You're trying to remember, what do I need to remember? What do I need to remember? You open your eyes and you just feel burning, searing, singeing all across your flesh as the fireflies melt across you. You take 5 fire damage.
I'm screaming.
Teagan, noting that Revius managed to persuade them so well, you try the same. You watch, you say, "No, no," and they double back over to Kopesh because he was easy pickings. You don't take any additional damage, Greg.
I'm screaming the whole time.
I'm sorry, my camera died, but I'm gonna just keep rolling with it. Alaric.
We get happy game.
You are 2/3 of the way through this just horrific scene. You've still got these leeches in you. You take another 5 damage. But as you're racking your brain, you realize that you remembered Bugleboa talking about his kin on the far side. And as you see a bullywug on top of a giant toad come around with a blowgun in his hand, you flash your minor illusion, and you just flash some gold pieces with your Arcana of 27, and he puts the blowgun down for a moment. However, he sees Revius coming into sight, and Revius, with your insight of 12, you miscalculate. You no, not me. And you just hear the whistling. You take 5 piercing damage from a blow dart. And then you hear Bugleboa in the background go, "No, bro, not them. They're my friends." And as he yells this out, Kopesh, you're praying to your god. And with your religion check and your corruption, light gleams out from behind you. And you see the giant toad throw down his blow dart and start riding away on his toad in fear. And Teagan, you've plunged yourself under.
Here comes the third god.
Teagan, you've plunged yourself under the water, and with your stealth check of 18, you succeed. So just mark down the damages that you took. That's really the downside of this. And you emerge on the far side of the bank. You look to the east on your left, and you can see that there is large swaths of gravel and the elevated mountains. It's maybe a half mile away, but the gravel ponds look to you. Before you to the south, there is a large pond, a lake. And you remember that Bugleboa mentioned something about Lambent Lake. It is glowing. There's just this dull blue emanating from within it. There's a small mountain, and beyond it you can hear croaks, many, many croaks, just sort of flitting through the mountains. And then over to the west, of course, there is the water. Bugleboa emerges behind you, says, "Wow, you guys made it. Anyway, what are we doing first?"
Well, hey, We
Making some omelets.
Kind of rocking back and forth a little bit.
appreciate you looking out for us back there. I think we've got to go talk to the king.
King Crane, bro.
I mean, do we have to talk to him to be in the city?
Yeah, probably. I'll lead the way.
Sounds like a good first step.
Alright. He leads you to the south. Nestled beyond a small series of hills that seem almost out of place down in the swamp is a circular encampment. A cluster of straw huts built upon driftwood stretch around the exterior of its rim. In the center, there appears to be a large gazebo with a grand tent of mismatched coloration. Frogmen can be seen moving about, pulling giant toads on leads or diving into a murky pool on the west end. A large muddy hole can be seen on the northern point as well. As you approach the town, you can see from a distance, you're still maybe like a quarter mile out, you see them pulling someone on a lead out of a small pen. And they're taking him to the south, beyond the town.
How much do you guys want to bet that's our lieutenant?
800 eggs.
I would bet, but I'm afraid what happens if I take my coin out right now.
I think we got some pod racing to do.
I just look at you.
I'm making a Star Wars joke.
Star Wars doesn't exist in this universe. What are you talking about, TJ?
What would you like to do?
What's our plan here? What should we say to the king?
Bribe him with gold and worship him. That's all I have to go on so far.
I don't think he wants us to worship him. I think he wants us to kill one of his gods for him.
Well, let him choose which god.
Choose for him which god.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being honest, both sound terrible, but a new element in the swamps doesn't sound like it's good news.
Which one of us is good at persuading people?
I'm good at deceiving people too.
Okay.
I can on the fly. I've got the basic tenets for putting together some religious thing, so if me and TJ can work together on this, and might be able to get something going.
Teagan, if you need me to, I can create an illusion of a massive pile of gold as a last resort. Best if not inspected.
That might work. We can say that this pile of gold can only be found at the bottom of the Fool's River, and you got to be wrapped up by a tentacle in order to get it. We can make them all worship that way.
Yeah, that's kind of far, though. We'd have to go back over dead men's.
Oh, no, I'm saying that's where the actual gold is. If they look through the illusion, we can say it's actually at the bottom of the Fool's River, and they can all just leave.
The problem is the gold, he likes to eat it.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't just put us in jail or eat us
we can
instead.
try
Tiny
to say
game!
that's like wine, and that
it gets better with age.
Yeah, that gets better with age.
I don't
know.
I think you're underestimating the intellect of these bullywugs just a little bit. Maybe not, but... Look, I say we go up there, we butter him up, we say, oh, we've heard about you, we've come traveling to bow at your feet and offer our intellect to choose a god for you so that all may worship.
As you say this, Revius, you're marching into town. Bullywugs are parting for you. You're getting closer to the gazebo in the center of the Bullywug encampment. Really, it's not an empire. They throw the prisoner down on his knees. He seems to be like a middle-aged human man. And King Cram comes lumbering out, just his gut sliding on the wood beneath his feet. You see his tongue shoot out of his mouth, wrapping around the head of the man, who screams momentarily, yanking him in and swallowing him whole in one bite. And that is where we will end today's session.
I have to kill him.
Motherfucker.
You did not recognize the man that he ate.
Oh, okay. Whew. Good.